My bailout option for rotatory cuff bone for osteoporotic bone for cuff repair. So why we need to know osteoporotic bone is we need a good repair, for which we need a good quality of a bone and a strong fixation that will give our superlative cuff healing. So in this presentation of osteoporotic bone and cuff repair, I will just enumerate few of the preoperative indicators, how to identify, what are the safe zones for anchor to avoid anchor pullout, and my intraoperative bailout options. So the preoperative indicators are cuff repair in osteoporosis could be because of generalized osteoporosis, which can lead to weak anchor purchase and failure, and the focal osteoporosis may be due to osteopenia of the greater tuberosity, decortication of the footprint while preparing the footprint, or microfracture or with the stiffness. So the assessment, the generalized can be done with the BMD assessment, the focal can be done with QCT. And from this cadaveric study published in literature, to know the bone density and relevance of the anchor position in the cuff repair, the specific volume of interest is defined, and each volume is nothing but the cylindrical space in the diameter, and which corresponds to the average volume which occupies the suture anchor. And from this study, they have identified that A1 zone, that is posteromedial aspect of the footprint, that guarantees the best structural bone stock for an anchor fixation. And from this heat map study from this journal, the zone of cortical thickness is maximum in the bicipital groove. That's where the best cortical thickness has been identified. For the anchor insertion and the direction of anchor insertion, traditionally 45 degree has been recommended by Burkhardt. The dead man's angle is revisited, and they have shown that 90 degree is the best anchor insertion that will give the large ultimate failure to load and the good pull-out strength for it. For the type of anchors to be used to avoid pull-out, metal anchors has been identified best for the osteoporotic bones, and the least is the soft anchors, that is all suture anchors. So metal anchors has the lowest incidence of pull-out. With relation to age and the cuff integrity and the osseous micro structure where the anchor has to be identified, from this cadaveric study from the CT, they have divided into G1, G2, G3 zones, proximal, intermediate and distal zone. And the trabecular bone volume was better. They have compared the two groups, that is intact cuff group and the toned cuff group, and it was good. The blue, the dark blue is the highest bone volume, so that is in the posteromedial aspect. And the age less than 50 degree had a better trabecular bone, and the cortical thickness as well was better in the posteromedial region of the footprint area. So the optimum location would be proximal or the intermediate zone. So what are the strategies? The most important part of the talk. What are the strategies is to increase the number of fixation points, balance the number of anchors and the tear size, that is more large tear, more anchors, and use a large pitch anchors, and the metal anchors has a higher pull-out strength, and insertion perpendicular to the tuberosity would give a ultimate good strength. So as we can see during the live surgery, Sundar sir has told that instead of tapping in the tapered awl itself goes in very smoothly by just pushing in. That means that the bed is little weak. And do not decorticate the bone with the burr. It is a wrong way, because it will remove a lot of bone, and then the bed would become soft, and then the anchor pullout will be higher. So better to use the shaver to decorticate and dust the greater tuberosity. We just need the small exposure of subchondral bone for good healing. Before all insertion, we can use this needle and then poke and see whether the bed is osteoporotic or not. This way we'll be able to identify the bed, whether our anchor insertion will pull out or not. And instead of, if it is osteoporotic bone, instead of pushing it full till the laser mark, we can push just 2/3 of it, and then, because it's a tapered awl, so the larger you push it in, the pilot hole becomes larger and the anchor pullout becomes very eminent. So metal anchors, definitely good option for osteoporotic bone, and the large pitch one will give a good purchase of the bone there. And during the medial row, if the anchor gets pulled out little, we can, with the same handle, we can just try to bang it in little more inside where there can have a better purchase, and small tug will show us whether it is pulling out or not. And regarding the lateral row anchor, as we've seen from the cadaveric study, the best area is to have near the bicipital groove. So going anteriorly and identifying it and get the anterior lateral row just adjacent to bicipital groove would be the best cortical purchase for the anchor. And when you are inserting the lateral row anchor, try to too much tension onto the threads from the medial row. And in osteoporotic bone, what we can use it as a rescue anchor instead of pulling it too hard. I just tell about the rescue anchor in the next few slides. And for the lateral row anchor, if you suspect there is a bone density is poor, then instead of going at the same level, we can put it little inferior so that it gives a good purchase. And if the pilot hole is big, in this case, one of my, just 3 days back I operated this case, the pilot hole has become very big, the lateral row was not having the purchase, then the best bailout option would be to insert the cement into the pilot hole, and then before cement sets, we can use the syringe and the cannula as the delivery system to the cement inside the pilot hole. Here we can see that the cement is being pushed into the pilot hole with a Wissinger rod, and when it is in a semi-solid state, and then we can fix the anchor to this cement, that gives purchase of the anchor to the bone. Otherwise the lateral row will not have the purchase. So in this case I had the pullout of the lateral row anchor, so I had to just cement it across, and then that gives a good purchase and then good stable repair as well. So this is from the literature, where for the medial row also they have used a big anchor mass. Just last few slides. And other options are buddy screws, rescue screws. There's another technique, or these are the other techniques. Buddy screw is nothing but using the two anchors together. So what they tell is they get interlocked, and then the pullout is not there, and this is for the medial row. It gives a good purchase. The rescue screw is nothing but when we do a single row repair, just take the threads and then put it like a lateral row, but without compressing on the footprint. So it is just to hold the thread, and then what they tell is it distributes the load and tension across the anchor, and this is what they have published as a rescue screw option. The other option what is there in the literature is BASP, that is bar threaded pins tied with the anchor, and then they try to insert it. This is from the literature, it is not my case. The threaded pin is inserted along with the anchor, and then the thread is just pulled across, and then those threads gives the purchase to the anchor. So this is another bailout options which has been published by the Korean surgeons recently. The other options, of course, would be to do arthroscopic or open transosseous repair, careful of passing the awl without damaging or fractures. Then for the large defects of the bone loss in the osteoporotic bone, this is another which is published from Italy. They have used Achilles tendon allograft and then tied the allograft to the remnant of cuff, and they have used it with the fixation. So the other option would be to bone graft the area if the defect is big. So that the take-home message and bail-up options are cement augmentation. It's very simple to do it, and it's easily can address the suture pullout. Buddy screw is the another option. Two anchors gets interlocked. Rescue screw, instead of using as a lateral row, just loose threads are put into the lateral row, and which distributes the load. The other option is transosseous, or to use a allograft, calcaneal allograft, and or convert the open option would be the best. Thank you very much.